Hey everybody, I'm Chris and this is my channel Chesapeake Chris. Thanks so much for stopping by. We're going to continue with our series of evaluating inexpensive fishing combos. This week is going to be a little different. What we're going to evaluate this week is this goofy looking thing right here. This is the Proficiency telescopic fishing combo. It is telescopic. Fully extended, it only goes about that far. It's about 3 feet, and it does extend down to probably, I don't know, somewhere around 16 inches. It's got a closed face reel on it. It is right hand retrieve only. It's got the drag on it there. The whole idea of this is the line comes out of the reel and runs through this tube and then comes out the end. So there's no eyelets on it. And of course, with the closed face reel, you don't tend to get too many bird's nests and stuff. So let's look at some stuff about this. I think it's got a 4.1 to 1 gear ratio. It's a pretty small reel. It comes pre-spooled with like, I think 6-pound test. And I think it says it only holds 40 yards of 6-pound test. So if you snap 1 or 2 times, if you get caught and snap and lose some line, it will not cast near as good. Another thing is, it does have the little hook right here to attach your hook or lure. Now, you're wondering, well, how do I get the line down through this? Well, if you unscrew this part right here, it's got a little eye bolt in it, and it's, whoa, and it's hex head. Whoa, so you can actually put a wrench on if you need to. Inside there, you find 5 of these little metal pins. And these pins have holes in them. It does have a hole in it. But here's the story. Some of them don't even have holes. I don't know what good that's going to do. Let's see. And the ones that have holes, they're so small, it's even hard to get 6-pound monofilament through that hole. But you're supposed to stick it through that hole, tie a knot, so you got something like this. And then you're supposed to drop this down through here. And that's how you're supposed to get the line down through there. The only problem is, if you try to drop it down through there, because this is a telescopic rod, you drop it down and the end piece is so narrow that it hits. It goes down so far, and then it hits this piece that's up in here. And I tried shaking it, I tried extending it, I tried tapping it, I tried everything. And I just could not get that weight to fall down there and come out the other end. So what I did is I just cut the weight off, and I just very carefully tried to fish the fishing line down through there. And I was able to do it. It's not easy. You could probably use like some kind of wire or a stiff piece of fishing line, stick it through first, tie them together and pull through, whatever. But anyways, these little weights that come with it, they're pretty useless. So I was really curious to know if this thing would cast good, how well the drag worked. The drag seems to be very touchy. This little wheel up here, thumb wheel. It's very touchy. If you move it just a little, it seems to adjust the drag quite a bit. And I was curious to know if it would catch a fish. So I took this guy out and I tested him. I took him out 2 times actually. So if you want to see whether this Proficiency telescopic combo casts well and catches fish, please stick around. Ooh, fish just jumped or something right there. Okay, we brought this Proficiency little telescopic weird looking closed face here to the micro pond. First thing we want to see is we just want to see, I'm actually seeing swirl, and there may be some fish here along shore. First thing we want to see is if it'll just cast decent. Oh wow, that's actually not bad. Now, I normally reel with the other hand, so this could be a little bit of a challenge for me. For just a wacky, weightless wacky rig, it actually didn't cast bad. We're gonna try it again. It's probably gonna take a little getting used to. See if we can hook a bass on this. Boy, you're not gonna hardly know when you get a bite unless you get a real. This thing is so short and so stiff that now there's like 18-inch bass in this pond, so the drag isn't the best, but I think I got it set pretty good. I think it's only 6-pound line. I got the original line on this. Okay, let's try another cast. This is fun. They all go to the same spot. I'm letting go of the button too soon. It's not easy working a wacky rig either. You gotta pull up more because you don't have that rod tip out there really picking it up by not moving your wrist very much. So I just want to hook fish on this. See if I can get one over to the left a little more and closer to shore. There we go. I wish it would extend a little farther. I wish they would have put 2 more sections on so it would extend about another foot. I don't know why they couldn't have done that. Do I have a fish? Okay, I got a fish. Oh my gosh, I got a bass. Okay, we gotta tighten the drag up a little bit. It's probably at least a 12-incher too. You can't hoss him. May need to get down and whip him somehow. Hang on, this is really hard to do. He's into the weeds. Wow. Okay, it'll catch fish. That's at least a 12-inch bass, maybe 13. I hope he didn't swallow it because I didn't know he was hooked at first. Oh, he got it down in this there, but I can get it to the top of his mouth. So I think he's just barely hooked. I think he had it, was swimming away before he knew he had it. Ooh, I got it. That was simple. Okay. If I lay him down next to my foot, he's about 13. He's an inch longer than my foot. So that little rod will catch fish. See if we can get some more. And he wasn't hooked bad at all. That was weird. That was a good cast, but if it angles into the weeds, I'm going to get screwed. I'm not going to get anything on that cast either after all that effort. Some casts just deserve a fish. You go through all of this effort to get a good cast. There's one up. That may have been a smaller fish. I don't think he ever got the hook. Throw one right out there. One more cast. Not much going on here. I found one hungry fish. I'm going to go try the other pond real quick. What time is it? God, it's after 11. We'll go fish the other pond until about noon. Because we are definitely losing interest in this pond. Okay, we're here at the highway pond. It's up pretty good. It's got a slight haze of green algae on it. So that may be good. We're going to try and catch a couple bass here. See what we can do. We're just going to be here about half an hour. See if we can't catch a couple. Fish this corner, we'll go fish the other corner. Yeah, I don't think it casts quite as good anymore. I think that little bit of line I lost made the difference. there's a fish right there. Little bass. Right there next to shore. Right there next to shore. He's a smaller one, but either way, we got him. Right in the top of the mouth. Should come out pretty easy. There it's out. He's probably 11 inches. Awesome. 2 for 2 on the little rod. See, we're not going to be here real long. I don't think it's going to be a... Uh-oh, that almost felt like a bite. But I think maybe I just caught him. Nope, that's a bite. That's a bite. I got one. I got one. Oh, he was a nice one and he threw it. He was the biggest one. Yeah, he's probably 14. Holy cow. I don't think I got a good hook set. He was a nice one. He was pulling drag. Once again, I didn't feel him. I just saw my line. So I tried to reel up my line, but he was moving so fast. Tried to reel up my line and set a hook, but he was cruising pretty quick when I saw my line going. So. Good morning. Okay, here's what we did. We're back with the telescopic proficiency setup, and we took the old line off after we snapped on the hook set on that nice bass, and we put some 6-pound Suffolks on it. Let's see if this is any better. We're going to start off with a purplish wacky rig, but I brought some additional lures, like a floater diver and a lipless. I'm going to try throwing them today too. I'd like to see if we could really hook a nice bass on this now we got some better line. I'm pretty sure that one that snapped on the hook set was a pretty nice fish, but it's only about 56, 57 degrees out here, and it's beautiful sunny with no wind. It's a beautiful day for fishing, so we'll see what we can do. The fish were biting the other day when I was over at the highway pond, but I got very annoyed when I snapped on the hook set, because not only do I think I lost a nice fish, but I also left a hook in a fish, and that's very annoying to me. There's a bite. Got him. Didn't set the hook real hard because I don't want to snap again. Let's see if I got my drag set good. I don't think I do. I think I need to tighten my drag and click. He's just a little guy. I'll just hoss him in. He's just a little guy. I think I need to tighten my drag a little bit. Anyways, boy, he wasn't hooked very good. He's a little guy, about 11 maybe. So, but got a fish already. That's a good sign. Let's keep throwing. Apparently the purple works okay. Look at that, almost hit the shore. That deserves a fish. Say, every now and again you do a cast that just deserves a fish. If I can get one over there. There we go. I wanted to cast a little closer to shore, but I'll let it sink. I'm probably gonna get caught on that log. There's a bite. There he is. Ah, he was swimming to the right. I'm just afraid to set the hook really hard. I guess I need to set the hook better. I'm kind of afraid because I don't want to snap my line like I did yesterday. But we're about ready to go over to the other pond. I'm sure we're still recording. I guess we are. Kids, you can probably hear we're here at the highway pond now. We kept the purple wacky rig worm on We may change it to red before we leave, but we're gonna make a few casts here, a few in the corner down here, a few in the corner over there. We actually hooked some fish here the other day. Lost a couple nice ones really, but if they're not biting, we're not gonna stick around. So another cast over there. Yeah, that was a fish right there. It's pulled it right out of his mouth. I don't know if I can get him to bite again. Right when I started to lift up on my rod, he started swimming away. There we go. That's more like, holy cow, that one really took off. There. Boy, almost hit the other side. There's one. Oh my God, he seems pretty nice. They need to tighten up the drag. He's pretty nice, I think. Trying to gradually tighten my drag without losing him. I'm slowly but surely getting him in. He's pretty nice. Oh, he just broke the line. Okay, I'm done with this rod. I'm not going to do this. Lose hooks in fish's mouth. That was nuts. So we're done with this rod. Do not buy it. And he was nice. He was 14, 15 inches. That's the second bass in this pond that snapped me off with 6-pound test. Okay, after fishing with this thing, I did catch some fish. I had some unfortunate things happen. Some of them are on video, some aren't. The first time I used this, I caught a couple little bass, and then I hooked into what I thought was a really nice bass. Now I had the drag set, what I thought was pretty good. And when I set the hook, the line snapped immediately when I set the hook. Now I did set the hook pretty hard, I guess, and when I set it, it felt like I set the hook into a log again. I think it was a really big bass, but as soon as I set the hook, it snapped. So that annoyed me. My pet peeve is leaving hooks and fish. I hate leaving a lure, a hook, and a fish. So what I did is I went home and I took all that cheap line off and I put Suffix Elite 6-pound monofilament, the same line I've been using in my kayak on those rods and everything. And then I took it back out again. Once again, I hooked a halfway decent bass. And I think I had the drag set good again for 6-pound test. Now part of the problem is this thing is so stiff that it doesn't give. So when you're using a normal fishing rod and the fish pulls, not only do you have your drag and monofilament stretches, but your tip of your rod will bend, which will help play the fish out and help prevent your line from snapping. Well, as you saw, after I put the Suffix line on it and I hooked that other bass, and he was probably 14, maybe 15 inches, I got him all the way in, and then when I went to reach down and grab him, the line snapped again and off he went with my hook in his mouth. Boy, that's annoying. So I was wondering what is going on. Well, once I got back home, that was it. I quit fishing that day. I was annoyed. Once I got back home, I checked my line, and I think because I kept running into weeds, really nasty thorn bush and sturdy weeds, I think my line got all kind of abrasions and stuff on it, and I think it had a weak spot, and I think that's why it snapped. So although this would probably work pretty good on a dock or a pier, I definitely would not recommend using it around a pond where your line may come through weeds, pretty thick weeds and thorn bushes and stuff, because it is going to really put abrasions on your line and then you're going to lose a fish like I did. But here's the other thing I want to say. This cost about, I think it was like $30. And like I say, for pan fish it probably worked good, for dock and pier fish it probably worked good. But for just a little bit more money, if you want some kind of decent travel outfit, I highly recommend that you get like this Cast King telescopic rod. I take this every time I travel down to the Caribbean stuff, whenever I have to fly. I took it to Mississippi when I went down there to fish. This is a really nice telescopic rod, one of the nicest ones I've seen. It's not very expensive. I think the rod was $30. And of course it'll extend out to like 5 feet. And then you have full functionality of a 5-foot rod. I put one of those Piscafun flame reels on it. They're not that expensive either. You can get them for about 20 bucks. So in other words, for about $50, you can have this outfit, which is pretty much the same size, maybe even smaller than this Proficiency outfit. And this is 10 times the rod that this one is. So I really would not recommend buying this rod at all. But if you do buy it, I think do yourself a favor, do the fish a favor. Only use it for smaller fish, 14 inches and below, and on docks and piers, or out of a boat. So that's it for the review of this thing. It was a severe disappointment. I probably won't ever use it again. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. But anyways, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I just had to test it because it looks so weird. You know, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it. I really appreciate all the people that watch my videos. I really appreciate my subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, I'll keep trying to earn your subscription. If you hit the bell, you get notifications for all the videos I put out. And as usual, I'll see you on the next video.